it's Gabrielle Desjoie and we're back with another mama video today. Today I'm going to be talking about my pregnancy must-haves. The things that I used during or am using during my pregnancy to help me suffer a little less, to make life a little easier, and just so that I'm feeling good, you know, because pregnancy, you're making a whole human from scratch. So honestly, it is a blessing and it's a beautiful time, or can be. I hope it is for you. It's been such a joyful time for me, but it's also hard, you know. It's your body is going through massive shifts and changes, and a lot happens during pregnancy. So I wanted to go through some of the things that made my life a little bit easier, and just wanted to share what things helped me. Obviously, this is going to be different for all of you, just like every pregnancy, every person is different. So these are the things that have helped me in all different facets of pregnancy, and I'm excited to share with you. I am a mama to be. I am currently 30 weeks and maybe like 2 or 3 days. I'm so excited for my little bundle of joy. Let's get started with my pregnancy must-haves and favorites. So I'm gonna go into my first trimester. So let me talk a bit about this, because my first trimester, I was so joyful. Like, the joy was beaming out of me. And I also felt and looked like a gremlin often. And I had severe morning sickness. So I don't think it was probably as rough as some mamas get. I wasn't vomiting every day or anything, but from about 6 weeks to a couple weeks into my second trimester, I was nauseous, and I was just week after week like, oh, how can I do this? Like, what do I do? So nauseated. It was rough. And then from week 9 to 13, it was really rough, and I was vomiting quite often. So let me go into some things that made that time a little bit easier, specific to my first trimester. Ginger is known to help the body kind of like overcome nausea. So it's one natural remedy that you can definitely use. Obviously, you have to look at your limits and how much you can have, but really good to have on hand. So before I even got nauseous, I got these at a local health food store. By the way, a lot of these things are gonna be more like organic and natural based. Some aren't, some are, but I do lean towards more of a chemical-free existence in general. And even we'll have a video on how to lower your toxic load. So these are, let's see if they can, okay, organic crystallized ginger dices. Now, these were good for a little bit. They did help in the first couple of weeks of my nausea, maybe from 6 to 8 or 9 weeks. But then my nausea ramped up, and these were really no help. So the thing with these, they're like gummies, and I don't know, the texture was really off-putting to me. Closer towards getting really nauseous and like really in the throes of nausea and morning sickness. So these worked for a minor time period for me. I have a big bag, and as you can see, most of this bag is still there. So that was kind of a dud, but it could help you. Just know that ginger is very helpful. I think if I had gotten more like of a hard chew, or like not even a chew, but a hard candy, that would have been more helpful to me. So although I tried to go more natural, let me tell you, fireballs. So this is an atomic fireball. And if you are into things that are spicy or hot, this could be for you. These things helped my nausea like no other. And I was sending my fiance to the store to get me packs of fireballs at a point during my 9 to 13 weeks pregnancy. Like, when I say these were a godsend, so these also give me a hint of nostalgia. They're cinnamon flavored. They can get minorly hot, but they're more also sweet. So while I wanted to not be like, you know, munching on artificial flavors and colors, these help the nausea, and that's all I needed at that time period. So fireballs, atomic fireballs, I'm telling you, if you guys like hot stuff, that was a godsend. Also, what really helped was, so I said ginger, right? And so I make some roller ball, they're kind of just like oils, jojoba oils, and ginger essential oil, and also a roller ball with peppermint essential oil. So that really helped me just to sniff it, to roll on behind my ear, on my wrist, to lessen the nausea, because both peppermint and ginger are really good for nausea. Peppermint, I learned peppermint was good for nausea when I would have hangovers, okay? Like a little earlier in life. So also, so this is just peppermint essential oils, really great. Once again, take the top off, smell it, and it would just help so much. So I kept a very small peppermint essential oil. I keep like a pack of essential oils, my like favorite essential oils, in my purse. And so if I had to be out and about at all, then I would be able to have that with me. And same with the ginger dices. I actually made like a little packet for myself for like that first trimester period, for things that would help me if I was ever out and about and nauseous, okay? So another thing I don't have a picture of, but very helpful, I knocked this idea for very long, but when I tried it, it was, oh my gosh, thank you. Saltine crackers, okay? The general saltine crackers that you eat with, you know, shrimp cocktail or gumbo or crackers and cheese. Saltine crackers, they're so bland and so perfect that they just kind of like, it keeps something on your stomach. And so that's a big tip with the nausea that you can get with morning sickness, is keeping something mild on your stomach so you don't get too hungry. So there were several days we would go for walks with the puppies because I was trying to still stay a little active, but I'd have my water and a bag of saltines with me, okay? So speaking of water, a water bottle. I generally, and unfortunately maybe, go through a lot of water bottles, like the plastic water bottles we get. And so the thing with those is I needed my water ice cold. I always needed ice cold water. And so I was either asking my fiance to always bring some water bottles upstairs for me. I still do that. Or I would have to get out of bed and go get them. And the thing is, when you're really nauseous and really sick, sometimes the only thing you can do is really be in bed. So this helped because especially at night, I was able to pour ice cold waters in here, maybe put some ice in here too. And this thing just keeps water so cold for so long. So literally, if I fell asleep with a water bottle full of water and some ice in here, in the morning there would still be ice. So this one, it's called a green steel beast. There's several different types on Amazon. I can link this one below. This one holds about a water bottle and a half of water. So I still found myself having to refill it. I don't use it quite as much now because I'm not so nauseous or so sick that I can't get up and get my own water. But when I just needed an excess of water close by, and it also, if you're not somebody that drinks a lot of water, it's helpful to remember like, oh, hey, this is here, drink it until it's gone. Yeah, this was really helpful. I also expect to have this with me in my birthing center when I'm giving birth because, as you know, you want water, you want like a lot of, and especially if you're giving birth in a hospital, a lot of like, most hospitals won't let you eat anything. And so all you can really have is water or ice chips. So water is so important. So I'll be bringing this to the birth center with me to keep my water ice cold. So along with like the snacks, saltines, fireballs, I have a little baggie full of pumpkin seeds here. So pumpkin seeds have a lot of good, basically a lot of good nutrients and minerals in them for pregnancy. They also can help naturally lower high blood pressure and just a lot of other health benefits. Pumpkin seeds are also pretty mild in flavor, and so it was something that I was able to eat to kind of keep something on my stomach. I know I'm getting in some protein and good nutrients, okay, that you really want your baby to be stocking up on when they're itty bitty in that first trimester, when they're building so many like functional things. Another one was pecans. Pecans, I don't know if you're a nut person, but pecans really helped me get through. It was once again something not too flavorful. Saltines are definitely better if you want to go the not flavorful route, but pecans were good enough for me that I was able to get in some real nourishment and protein and fats, even if I didn't want to eat like anything else really during that time, because really what you're trying to do is get in almost anything that you can if you have morning sickness or nausea. Whatever works for you, like, you're gonna eat. So whether that's pecans, pumpkin seeds, or saltines, definitely recommend that you try those things. Another thing that you cannot go without is a prenatal vitamin. So the prenatal vitamins that I went for were these Mega Food fresh from farm to tablet vitamins. This is the Baby and Me 2. Why I like these is it has a great source of folate, and a lot of things will have folic acid in them, but the thing is what you really need is folate when you're pregnant. And so this has folate in it. Basically, it has all of the vitamins you need from real food sources. So it's basically saying with brown rice, carrots, broccoli, and oranges. And so once again, I wanted to go as natural and healthy as possible, have the best type of nutrients getting in my body, especially if I wasn't able to eat much or eat, you know, good nutrient, high nutrient dense things. I wanted a great prenatal vitamin, so I found that this was very helpful. Now, on the days that I could not stomach this, because yes, it does smell like a prenatal vitamin, not great, and it's two kind of like horse pills in a sense. It's not open. I think this is my new version, so I'm not gonna open it. But I did have a backup of gummy prenatal vitamins from, I think, the brand Ollie. So I didn't love taking those because I know that vitamin gummies are not as nutrient dense. You're not getting everything you really need from them. But if that, once again, whatever you can handle during first trimester, you're gonna do. So on some days when I was too nauseous to take these, I would take the Ollie prenatal gummy vitamins. After my like 15th or 16th week, I was definitely able to stick with these and get them down. They're still not always pleasant, but I found taking them with orange juice was really helpful for me. I really took them mainly at night or in the evening, because taking them like first thing in the morning on an empty stomach when I'm waking up nauseous was just not, that was just not it. It was not happening. So the thing with iron, because this has a good source of iron in it and you definitely need iron for pregnancy, a hack is taking any iron supplements or taking your prenatal with orange juice, because when you take iron with vitamin C, it ups the potency of the iron and helps it absorb better into your body. So definitely a good hack. When I was closer to my second, like to the end of my first trimester, I started noticing that I could not have any acidic drinks like orange juice or fruit juices in the evening, because that would actually affect me with acid reflux. So that is a beautiful symptom that I have very strongly now. And we will talk about what I do for those in a little bit. So another thing, your sense of smell is like on 1000 when you are pregnant. So what I already am very sensitive to any artificial smells. I cut out many perfumes, many chemical-based smells. So Febreze, like things that you just don't need, that yes, they add a nice smell in the air, but also it adds extra toxins. So especially those, I was very adamant with my partner about not using during pregnancy. One, I don't need any extra toxins around me or my body to get through the umbilical cord to my baby. And also I could just smell it so much and it would bug me. So so I go natural with a lot of things, but the smell of even my deodorant started to irk me. I could not. So this was also a godsend. So number one, I want to say, as natural deodorants go, and I'll talk about this in another video when I talk about lessening your toxic load, but as natural deodorants go, I hope you can see this. I'm gonna link everything below that I talk about anyways. But this is Schmidt's deodorant. This is also the sensitive skin formula. And this works the best for me. It always has when I use natural deodorant. When we talk about lessening the toxic load, it's what can you handle and what can you not, what works and flows easily in your life. So at some points of my life, I was living in New Orleans, and the humidity there did not allow me to go with natural deodorant at times. So I've switched back and forth. If it's summer, I will generally go with like a Dove, or I'll do the antiperspirant deodorant. But in winter, I'm definitely able to stick with a natural deodorant. So that means no antiperspirant. When I got pregnant, I was not even going to try going back to Dove, because I just didn't want, once again, I didn't want those toxins in or on my body. And I knew that this was the best for my baby. And on top of that, mostly this summer, because of, the current year we're in, I was not leaving the house too much anyways. So natural deodorant worked. The fact that I think I use, it's something like Jade, or it was a really pretty smell, Jasmine or something like that. I've also used the Rose and Vanilla. I really like this brand in general. And I really, really like the sensitive formula, because it doesn't have baking soda, and so it doesn't get like harsh when you're putting it on. Some of the regular ones can get harsh when you're putting it on. But this fragrance free was so, oh my gosh, I was just so thankful because I couldn't deal with any smells. I really couldn't. And so if you're finding that, even the smell of your deodorant bugs you, fragrance free Schmidt's, that was like my way to go. So that helped a lot with limiting just the excess smells. Okay. Let's talk other supplements. So just some really good things to have or to take when you are pregnant. Getting in vitamin D. I don't think that you're gonna be able to see any of these, but I'm gonna try my hardest, guys. So this is a K2 and a vitamin D3 supplement. Babies need a lot of vitamin D, and it's somewhere around mid to end of the first trimester where they're starting to develop, like, I don't know if it's bones, but like cartilage, and you really want them to have good vitamin D to be able to kind of translate any calcium that you are eating into good and healthy, bone density and all that good stuff, because the cartilage turns into bones. Okay, DHA. So I don't know. So this is basically like fish oil. This is omega-3s, this is DHA, and it supports brain and nervous system, both for you and your baby. And so while your baby's brain is, you're literally making a human from scratch. So if that's the case, you want them to have the best nutrients possible. And caveat, like, the baby's gonna take all the nutrients they need from you, okay? They will get what they need, even if you skip these, even if you can't take them, if you can't afford them, whatever. But if you can afford it, and if you can give this to your baby and yourself, it's just such a good thing to have to help them build their little baby brain cells so that they have a really good foundation starting off. It's true what they say, like, you are officially a mom when you're pregnant, because from the moment that child is in you, you're literally doing everything you can to make sure that they are healthy and strong and good. And, you know, babies' building blocks do mean a lot for their future. I'm also going to talk about this, although I started this more in second trimester. So this is Cal Mag and Zinc Liquid, and it's a liquid mineral supplement. I was suggested this by my chiropractor. This has been really awesome just to throw in my smoothies. It's not terrible. This specific one is not terrible in like water itself. It tastes mildly chalky-ish, but it's like, it doesn't mess with the flavor of anything, and it's not like to drink, basically. Around second trimester is when you can really use the extra magnesium. So you might have symptoms like leg cramping, which no one loves a Charlie horse, okay? Like, those things are terrible. But leg cramping, body aches and pains, stuff like that are very common in pregnancy. And so, caveat, I would also suggest a chiropractor if you can, because that stuff, like for my back, oh my gosh, so much, so good. And it also leads to easier birth and all that too. But that was, you know, it's a different story. But magnesium, right? Magnesium for your muscles is really helpful because it helps relax the muscles. It can help you sleep better. And you know, you might know that sleep is also one of those harder things when you're pregnant. Also, zinc is great for just immunity, okay? Immune health, and we're all worried about immunity these days. And then calcium, once again, they're building their little bones and creating that cartilage, especially in the second trimester, I wanna say. So this has been a great supplement for me to add into my routine. It's been very helpful. This is another thing that helped in first trimester. We're gonna talk all about moisturizing, but this is one of the things I use to moisturize, and this is Maggie Magnesium Lotion. So I would have, because I knew magnesium was gonna help just keep my body relaxed, keep, like, it's a good nutrient or mineral to have in your body when you're pregnant, and good for your baby developing. So I really like this lotion. Because of the magnesium, it can be a little itchy, just FYI. So I would have my partner rub my belly with this lotion so that I could just get some good magnesium always before bed. And so magnesium, it can help just like kind of feel relaxed and calm and help you sleep, okay? So that is one of the kind of moisturizing things I did or used in my first trimester. Talking about moisture, okay, one thing that I did, and I know, so stretch marks themselves are totally genetic, I know that. And I know also that if you use a lot of moisture, if you make sure you are moisturized, you can definitely either reduce the appearance of them, or you can potentially kind of ward them off, especially if they're not in your DNA. So I have no stretch marks. I have not noticed any stretch marks. This could be genetics, like I said, but I have religiously used moisturizing products on my body. I make my own products that are moisturizing and all plant-based, organic, etc. And I just, that's what I do. And I also keep myself moisturized. So after every shower, since probably about week 6, before I was even showing, I would moisturize my tummy, my breast, my thighs, okay, with organic coconut oil. I have a big tub of organic coconut oil, the Costco kind, where you pay $20 for this big old tub. And basically that has not left the top of my sink, like the top of my counter, since I started being pregnant, because I just lather my belly with that. After every shower, moisturize. When your skin is supple and like damp, you want to lock in that moisture. You don't want to dry, you don't want it to all be dry and then you put on moisture, because then you're just putting on, kind of locking in the lack of moisture, essentially. For Lavenglow Organics, I created a 3Bs butter. So this is for loving on, the 3Bs are the belly, the booty, and the boobies. So I am almost out of this. I actually need to make some more, but we are gonna have this in the shop pretty soon. But the 3Bs butter is a mix of shea butter, carrot seed oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, lavender, fresh lavender that I infuse into oil, all this good stuff, all baby safe and all organic. And really, I just keep that on me. I massage it all over and make sure that if I am itchy, I am using that. I am putting oil on my body. The thing to stretch marks also, or to like, you know, your belly is gonna stretch out, and sometimes that is uncomfortable. Sometimes like my belly would just feel tight, and as soon as I felt that, or if I felt any itchiness, I would just put on an oil, whether that be coconut oil, the 3Bs butter, or this is another magic oil that I really have loved during pregnancy. So this is Bee Magic, it's Medicine Mama's. It says it's an all-in-one healing skin cream. Like I said, I'm very into organic and clean products, especially being pregnant. Like that is like #1 for me. So this product has organic extra virgin olive oil. It has organic beeswax. Obviously, just FYI, this is not vegan, but just so you know, Lavenglow Organics products are, FYI. This has organic honey, propolis extract, bee pollen, and royal jelly. Okay, so all really good things. I love this stuff. It smells, it doesn't smell much like anything, but honestly, especially when you're pregnant, you don't want a lot of extra smells. So that is just fine with me, but it goes on like a dream and has kept my skin moisturized and just supple. I have no stretch marks. I'm just saying, stay hydrated, stay moisturized. We're gonna move into my second trimester and beyond must-haves. Some of these stuff I did still use for first trimester. So let me just talk about some unpleasant side effects of pregnancy. One word, hemorrhoids. That's all I'm gonna say on that. And then I'm gonna say that Tux pads, I can't even see, I was using and making a witch hazel spray initially, but honestly, what you want is ease. And so I bit the bullet. I went with Tux pads. It didn't seem like it was that toxic or anything like that. It literally is just like witch hazel, and they're not terrible, basically. So Tux pads have been a godsend. Another very useful thing. It just cools, it helps to kind of heal. Witch hazel is an astringent, and it's just very helpful. So I have some of these. I just got a new pack because I'm getting low, and also good for post-pregnancy too, because while you know that's a symptom in pregnancy, it's also a symptom for after birth, or something that can happen to you after birth. So witch hazel pads, just very helpful for healing in general. I'm definitely going to be keeping that on tap throughout my postpartum journey, which I'll probably make another video on my postpartum must-haves or my postpartum kind of caddy that I'm developing. Another thing, because of those hemorrhoids, pads, okay, panty liners, just very helpful, honestly, just to not ruin undies. Yeah, very helpful. So I use Cora right now. Cora is the brand I use. I will link them below. They are women made, and also I believe that they like give pads to women that don't have access to like sanitary napkins and pads. Core is a cool brand, and also they are organic. Okay, so we don't want you know, like typical pads and panty liners are literally made with bleach. Like they have really not good stuff in them. And so if we're using stuff down there, we want to make sure that doesn't have bleach. Like, is that so much to ask? So these are a clean brand. One thing that can be not detrimental, I don't want to, that's a strong word, but detrimental to the health of a fetus is EMFs, okay? And the thing is, they're everywhere. They are in Wi-Fi, they're in our phones. Our phones just got recently upgraded to like 5G. So when I was very like early pregnancy, and prior to pregnancy, actually, I had planned on getting an EMF blanket. So what this does, it's literally just like a baby blanket. But I sleep with this over my belly. If I'm on my laptop and I'm working in the bed, I'll have this over my belly between myself and the laptop. I think this specific brand, which I'll link below also, this specific brand, it eliminates or lessens like 99% of EMFs. Look up EMFs, just something to be aware of, okay? But I've felt very comfortable and happy knowing that I'm able to just shield my baby a little bit more from the different types of toxins that are in the world. We live in such a technological society that like she's going to have a certain level of toxins and EMFs around her anyways, but if I can lessen that as much as possible, like that's what I'm gonna do. So that blanket has been very helpful, and I've had it since the beginning of my pregnancy. Let's go back into first trimester because I forgot these. These are so helpful. These are called C-bands, and what they're really for is nausea if you are literally on the sea, if you are on a boat and you get seasickness. But they are so helpful for pregnancy. And so what you can do, you put them on your wrist. I have 2 of them. You put them on each wrist and they hit a pressure point here. You have like an acupressure or a pressure point around here that it helps with nausea. So what you can do is either massage that pressure point, or with C-bands, you literally are just putting it on and it creates a gentle pressure because see, there's this little like button in there that goes on that pressure point and it just lightly presses it. It's safe for pregnancy. Of course, you can check with your doctor or midwife if you're worried. But yeah, these C-bands, they didn't take away all the nausea, but they definitely helped. So it's one of those things. They were pretty cheap on Amazon. I want to say between $5 and $10 for the set. And very worth it. I think I finally bit the bullet and got it in the last 2 or 3 weeks of my nausea, but these things worked like a charm. I mentioned earlier that I have pretty terrible acid reflux. My chiropractor actually suggested, so lemon water is the acid in lemon water, somehow that actually can help with the digestion and also making your body more alkaline. So that can be a helpful tool. Somehow I just don't think about cutting up lemons these days to put in my water. But she also suggested papaya enzymes. And it's funny because my mom used to take these back in the day. She would have them and they're little like chewable tablets. They're actually really yummy. I'm gonna have that after I finish filming. But you chew like 3 or 4 of them after meals and they kind of help to settle the acid that can kind of rise and mess with you. So papaya enzymes have become a must-have and very helpful to me during pregnancy. Also helpful was a heat pack. I don't use this as much now, but in that first trimester when I was just uncomfortable all the time. If you have back aches, which thankfully I really don't because of chiropractor work. Honestly, going to my chiropractor once a week has just helped tremendously with the aches and pains of my body. But when you have backaches, this is a godsend. This is helpful. So my midwife definitely suggested that I get more like rice packs or things that you don't want to put the heat pack over your belly, right? You don't want to rise your internal temperature too much. That's why they say don't get in a hot tub, don't get in a sauna, don't have like too hot baths. You don't want to keep your internal temperature too high. But if you put this on your back and you keep it at a lower temperature, maybe on for 15, 20 minutes, off for 15, 20 minutes, on, whatever, you can kind of like regulate your body temperature that way and not get too overheated. That heat pack, I like it because I don't have to keep going back to the microwave to warm up a rice pack or a hot water bottle or what have you. That's what I used. But make sure that you're monitoring your temperature when you use something like a heating pad that is electric. We're getting close to the end here, I promise. So these are some flashcards that are from this brand, Renegade Mama. And I love them. This is their, I think it's called their prenatal pregnancy and birthing pack or so. I came across these years ago and had always bookmarked it because I knew that I want those when I am pregnant. And so I got them probably around my first trimester, and they just have beautiful affirmations. It's basically a deck, and y'all know I do tarot on this channel. So what I like to do is just shuffle and pull like, what do I need to hear today? What is my message for today? And then I can pick up a card. I love this one because I've been a little worried about this. This one says, my baby is the perfect size for my body. My fiance was a 9-pound baby. We are not having any 9-pound babies, God willing. We are having a perfect baby for my body size. So that was a pretty good affirmation to pull today. But they have a lot of beautiful ones in here. Like, I am blessing my family with a gift. I am a great mother. A lot of what you need is like words of affirmation during pregnancy, because once again, pregnancy can be hard. You are building a whole human, mama. You're doing so great. But like sometimes we get down on ourselves, and 9 months can be a long time. So these were just so beautiful to, you know, be able to remind myself, like, I am building a beautiful life. My baby is safe. My baby is healthy. Me and my baby work as a team, okay? Like all these beautiful things. So and then some of these are for actual giving birth and pregnancy. So when I go into the birth center, my plan, my cousin gave me this idea, was to hole punch a couple of these that I really like and put a little string through them so I can have them hung on the wall close to where I am. So this one says, when it feels like too much, breathe into it. I've got this, one surge at a time. And just very powerful images on here. So I really like this. I think it's like a mama made brand. So I will share a link down below to get, I think it's like 10 or 15% off if you would like this pack. They also have beautiful card sets for new moms, for children, like children affirmations. And yeah, I just really love these. My body, my birth, my decisions. I'm in charge. Okay, very empowering. And just remembering that, like, you know, my mothering body is beautiful because you are beautiful. Like, you're creating life. That is a beautiful thing. And it's something important to remember when you some days feel like a gremlin, or some days feel like a whale, or some days are throwing up all day. Very helpful, okay? Very helpful to remember your power in those moments. So we're going to talk about some last must-haves that I have to share, and that is in the wardrobe section. So since I've been pregnant, I really haven't felt like putting on any type of Underwire bra. Just a quick tidbit, do not wear Underwire when you are after birth, because that can really, the Underwire will cut off your milk ducts and it can give you mastitis. And if you've ever read about it or heard about it, it is not something you want. It is very painful. So that is something that I learned from a friend recently, is do not wear underwire after you give birth and when you're breastfeeding. On that note, I have not wanted to wear an underwire bra for like the majority or duration of my pregnancy. So I have been wearing sports bras. And then I got some of these nursing bras. So they're comfortable, they're soft. They will be perfect for nursing after when baby is here, because they just pull down, pop out a boob, you're good to go. Pop it back in. I wouldn't say these have been perfectly great for me. I am pretty heavy chested, and so sometimes my boobs pop out without me wanting them to pop out. But for lounging around home, which I work from home, so thankfully this has been, you know, part of my everyday wear. So it's either been sports bras or it's been these comfortable nursing bras. And I got these from ASOS actually, and they came in a 2-pack. So I'll link the store, and if I have the actual link, if they still have these up, I'll link the actual bras. Another thing that I found, so I am delivering in December. My due date is the end of December, but I started showing in around my birthday in July. So I got a pair of shorts, maternity shorts, and these were so cute. I got these from Target. They are the, I guess, Mabel Maternity by Ingrid and Isabel midi short midi. They were really cute. They were really cute when I just had a little bit of what looked more like pudge, and when I got to be like, you know, bumping really. But I just found these are the under the bump. I would not want over the bump. This is a personal preference. I wouldn't want over the bump. It's too much extra fabric, but under the bump can also feel like it gets tight and cuts you a little bit. So it was, you know, I was able to wear a couple outfits with these, and it was a good option when I needed some shorts that fit, because other than these, it was really a couple of like, you know, like Nike shorts, and stuff that I had to wear that still fit me, and, you know, the waistband just rode underneath my belly. So I was able to only get away with only buying those for summer. So that was my only one summer short that I had to purchase in maternity. And then what I've realized is as my belly gets bigger, I did need to get some maternity pants. Like I said, work from home. A lot of us are working from home nowadays just because of the state of the world and health issues and climate. So a lot of us don't even need anything from like waist down that looks a lot more professional. So leggings were a really good option for me. I went with Blanky leggings. I think I got caught up in the hype of social media, but these are some Blanky leggings, and these specifically go over the bump. So they have plenty of room for your belly. Let me share some pros and cons real quick with this brand. One, I got these on sale. So they had a massive sale over summer, and I guess it was their old style of leggings that I got. But what I had to do, I think I tried these on, and immediately when I tried them on the first day, I pulled them up and there was a hole that it just popped. It was like where they had sewn the seam together, but it wasn't done well. So it just popped open, and it was a hole right in the seam of one of my legs, okay? So I was very upset about this because even on sale, these are not cheap leggings, but I took some thread, I turned them inside out, and I sewed it up very quickly. Luckily, the hole was in the seam. So they don't look like they ever had an issue. I'm very happy with them now. Great color. They are very thick. See, here's some of the pros. They're very thick in terms of, I feel like they will suffice for winter. They have been perfect for fall. I really do like these leggings overall. But I think that there's been another place I had to resew in the crotch area as well, that one day I was just like, I had them pulled down and they just looked so like sparse where the seam comes together. So the seams of these are really terrible. And for a legging that's so expensive, that's really disappointing. But these have worked for me. Now, what I'll say to this is just get yourself a pair of pregnancy leggings. I've heard a lot of different brands that are really good. Like I said, I think I fell into the social media hype of these leggings because they are very well advertised by a lot of like Instagram people. So yeah, they work for me now. I really like the color. I like the fit. They look really cute, blah, blah, blah. Those are the ones that go over the belly. I'm going to show you the ones I have on now. The ones that I have on now, these are for postpartum and work for pregnancy. So I like that they're able to be kind of high, but they don't come up to like right under my boob. They're comfy. They look great, honestly. They look really good. My cons with these are that this little band that goes up this high, it says it's supposed, so it nice and snugly, like it holds you, but it's not too tight. So I never feel like scrunched or like I'm cutting off any circulation in these. But on the con side, they also will slide down. So if I take 3 or 4 steps, these are going down my belly and we're here, okay? I wore them one day to the mall and I had on a cute little like crop top and had these on coming up to like right under the crop top and thought I looked cute. And then I started walking and like my whole belly was out. And you know, I'm all for body positivity, but that was not the look I was going for that day. So just be aware if you were getting these and ideally want them to stay up, they don't. You know, they are advertised as such. But in terms of a nice legging, a comfortable, really good looking sleek legging that you can just throw on with a nice sweater, you can dress up and down, really good. I do like these, and I would have, if I did it again, I would have gotten 2 of these and maybe just 1 of the over the belly size. Yeah, that's really what has supported me during my pregnancy. I think that these things that I discussed around 2nd and 3rd trimester will really like bring me to the duration. Oh, pregnancy pillow. You need a pregnancy pillow. If you don't get a pregnancy pillow, get a wedge pillow. I'm going to try to insert a picture of the pillow that I have up here. I got mine because my mom had an illness and she ended up having a surgery where she had an incline kind of pillow as well as this pregnancy pillow. Although it wasn't advertised as a pregnancy pillow, I remember seeing it, and when we moved, I was like, I need that. That's going to be my pregnancy pillow when the time comes. So I brought that pillow with me. I was able to save, thankfully, on purchasing a pregnancy pillow, like just for that. But honestly, I don't know how I'd be sleeping right now if it weren't for the pregnancy pillow. I need something between my legs. I need something on both sides. I think I sleep it probably upside down from the way most people sleep with it because I still turn from side to side. Obviously, it's usually better for me to sleep on my left side. That's going to be the less acid reflux kind of side if you sleep on your left side. But I turn, and so I need something between my knees and to kind of like cushion me and hold me on both sides. And so that's just been very helpful. So definitely a pregnancy pillow. I've also seen people use a pregnancy wedge to kind of just support their bellies. I need something between my knees. I'm not going to be able to link that because I don't know where my mom got it, but definitely a pregnancy pillow. And y'all, I think that's all I have for you. I will leave links down below of everything. I'm really enjoying this genre of new mom videos and filming these for you, so we're gonna have more. I really want to do some stuff like what's in my birthing center bag and, you know, like a registry haul and stuff like that. So we'll be back, but I would love to hear from you, my new mamas or my Lavenglow family. what has helped you in your pregnancies, what has been amazing for postpartum, because I definitely have, you know, a list of things for postpartum that I plan to put together for a basket for myself, because you got to take care of you, mama. Like, taking care of you means taking care of the little ones. So that's all I got for today, but this was so fun, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps our channel grow. Comment, you know, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.